together for a startup very simply called PsycApps.
I don't have a clicker. Thank you very much. Hello, my name is Silja Litvin. I'm a psychologist and founder of PsycApps, a digital mental health game developing company. Unfortunately, mental illness is on the rise. The World Health Organization said that by 2030, depression alone, not mental illness, only depression, will have overtaken cancer as a global disease burden #1. And in Europe and the USA, only 35% of all the people that actually need help get the health care that they need. In PsycApps, we are addressing a lot of the pain points of the mental health business. Insurance companies, for example, say that 41% of all of their insurance claims are mental illness related, be it back pain, heart disease, mental illness, or even accidents. It is almost impossible to do prevention for mental illness because people don't know or don't care about mental illness until it hits them or a loved one. And the economy is losing millions of dollars every year due to people showing up at work but not being able to perform, or people not even making it to work and then losing their jobs at a later point. And these are all statistics, and it's important for the business. But if we take a step back, and if any one of us here has experienced mental illness, we know how devastating it is on so many levels. The wellness economy is huge and growing. Yoga, mindfulness, clean eating, meditation, $3.7 trillion. And the global behavioral health software market is worth $300 billion. And because we develop games, I would like to mention that in 2018, the game industry in the USA made $108 billion revenue. And eQuoo is smack in the middle of all of those markets. PsycApps was inspired by a lot of companies out there, Duolingo actually being one of those, the language learning application. And there are quite a few well-being apps out there that are doing a good job. Happify, Pacifica, Super Better. But what they do is they take face-to-face treatment and therapy, they translate it into a digital platform, smack gamification on it, and that's their model. There are a couple of games out there that do very well as well, like My Story or Choices, but they don't have any mental health benefits at all. And one of the reasons why PsycApps is disruptive is because we take two unlikely fields, gaming industry that kind of like hacks the brain's reward system, and the mental health industry, and we put them together. PsycApps actually started out as a conventional mental health app. It was part of my PhD thesis. We did evidence-based application that significantly lowered depression levels, but people weren't sticking to the application. And at first I thought, okay, my app sucks. But then I went back to the books and I discovered that most of the digital mental health products, or a lot of digital health products, have the same problem with attrition because people don't stick to it. You know, life is busy. So that's one of the reasons why we pivoted away from that model, and we teamed up with Collision Studios, a game developing company that worked on games like the Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, Barbie, Scrabble, you name it. And so this is our first game, eQuoo, the emotional fitness game, which is subclinical. It doesn't treat depression yet, but it actually acts preventative and builds resilience. When you go into the game, you meet Dr. Joy, our avatar, who is designed to be our chatbot at a later stage. And then you learn 2 psychological skills. And when you learn a skill in a fun way, you release dopamine, and the probability that you'll remember it at a later stage is much higher. Once you've learned 2 skills, you unlock a level of a choose-your-own-adventure game of different genres. And you have to use those skills to be able to level up and earn coins in the game. And then the third part of the game, which I find is the most important part, is when you lay down your app, you go out into the real world and you encounter a situation where you can actually use that skill. And you're like, I learned that. I know what I'm supposed to do and what is a healthy reaction to this situation. There have been big companies on this stage with 20, 30 employees. We are small, but we are tight-knit and we are very effective, especially after the pivot. I am a clinical and systemic psychologist. Med Buki, my CTO, is a business systems analyst. My Professor Dr. Marcus Meyer, is head of research and ethics, and my marketing head just exited his company a few years ago. We have had a lot of ups and downs, as startups usually do, and I would like to share a few of the wins. So mid-2017, we closed a round of 200K friends and family. Our beta has been live for a couple of weeks. We have over 3,500 beta testers with over 100 5-star reviews in the app stores. People really care about the game and they take the time to give reviews. Our retention numbers are steadily getting better, and we've had coverage by major news outlets like Forbes, TechCrunch, Tech Times, and many more. At the moment, our business model is in-app purchases, but we want to work with corporations for their digital corporate mental health programs, and we're reaching out to insurance companies to work with them as well because prevention is very important for them. Today, I'm looking to close a seed round of 1.4 million. We're looking for strategic investment partners to help us develop the game and also to develop the therapeutic features that actually treat depression and anxiety. So if anything I've said resonates with you, please either find me on the app or I'll be waiting outside to say hi. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for PsycApps.